Hello and welcome. It is the 27th day of December 2016. Welcome to the Silver Charts channel. My name is Derek, and let's take a look at silver on the daily chart. I'm also going to go over Bitcoin on its chart, and I'm not going to predict or make a prediction on it, but what I'm concerned about it in regards to a comparison with the tulip mania from several centuries ago. So that will be what I'll be talking about within this video. Daily chart first for silver. We can see some key things. First of all, Fibonacci line. Which number is this? This is the 1614, 38.2%. And it's giving back, of course, its gains that it had from the whole year. We'll see it a bit better on the weekly chart. It's been resisting this area. That's what you look for when a situation occurs like that, when you break a key area. So that has been in place. This thing has fallen down a little bit, and break below here, as I've been stating before, 1522 is the next key Fibonacci level, which would be about a 2+% move to the downside from the breakdown. It also could be playing out that this is the failed breakdown that would get this thing higher. It will be shown more clearly on the weekly time frame, but that's always just maybe, unless you know something because you're a fly in the wall from that one team, one dream, Deutsche Bank, and what the silver manipulators are doing. Well, you'd be doing well if you knew that information, but not many people do. And ultimately, I do feel as if that game is going to come to an end, as we'll see with the whole Trump regime. It's probably going to take a few years, at least I think. I'm not making any guarantees because I'm just some random person out of 7 billion on this planet. Weekly chart. As we can see in here, the same Fibonacci level from the daily, how it's been resisting this level, several lower highs, lower lows. The start of the year occurred right in here at these lows. So it's going to be a year in which it's going to have a very small green candle and a large line. And I'm going to put up a yearly chart at the end of the year. So what would we be looking at? Friday's the last day. So on the weekend, New Year's Eve is on Saturday, New Year's Day is on Sunday. So we'll take a look at the yearly gold chart, the yearly silver chart. I'll probably put any ideas of anything that you are thinking about for an end of the year kind of deal. Just shout it out because that will help out greatly. Anyway, continuing further, of course, for this thing to get bullish again, it's got to get above this 18 average of highs, and it's got to even get close to that band first just to even neutralize. It's in a steady bear market. You could say it's in the process of this plunge lower, because you break support, you have a plunge lower. You break support, you have a plunge lower. It's already broken support, so it's having its plunge lower, and that's why you'd be expecting it to go down towards this 1522 mark if it does its play. Now, if it doesn't and it starts to break through, I'm like, hey, wait a second, it was supposed to go here, but why didn't it? Well, that's very common when something goes one way but doesn't, or if it's supposed to go one way and doesn't. That's what I'm looking for as a good reversal situation. And so there we go. That is the weekly chart for silver. So now let's move this on to the Bitcoin chart. Okay. And I got this entitled BTCE, and there's several different exchanges, and I like this one the best just by quickly looking at it. I actually made an account thinking maybe I'll trade, but I don't think that I will. I'm still uncertain about the whole idea. It's really, it's not to spend hours upon hours like this. I really don't want to do it, actually. I have more fun doing stuff like this. But anyway, with that being said, there's other ones that have different prices. You see maybe up here. And what I've noticed with some of the bid-ask spreads, I might see that you can have a difference of over $100. On this exchange, it's about $1 and change, which makes it more competitive. I don't know how many of these videos that I'm going to do because I am very interested within its movements and how this thing is going to pan out over the next several years, because I do think before this ultimately crashes that it would have major rises towards the upside. I'm not going to predict that. I'm just concerned that that's going to be the case. Like, as for now, you had this break above this point in here and two good correctionary days in here down to the 18 average. So now it's breaking this point, so it's looking for another leg higher. And there's like one here. There's not much of one here, but this was a leg higher, and it's having another one just a couple days later because it's already had its correctionary phase on Saturday, I think, because today is Sunday. And within the Bitcoin data, I'm going to get 365 daily days that they have, because this thing trades every day. Whereas like the stock market or gold and silver, there's about 250 trading days per year. So this thing has a lot more moving days. You can trade this anytime you want. It's like playing online poker. Whenever you feel like playing, you can play. Pretty cool, actually, if you could think about it. But anyway, so where do I end up think this is going, but concerned to where it could go, and that is something like a tulip mania. Because I have heard before, for those who do not study history, well, you're bound to repeat it. And I know that the human civilization as a mass has not only studied history as far as money, the monetization of systems in this world, but they are so lost within it that I have to think that because of it, it's going to happen. These historical repetitions of these collapses, I think, are going to come into play for fiat currencies. This one, of course, with the US dollar, and all other ones will be probably the biggest and last one of its nature. Anyway, continuing on, tulip mania, 1936 to 1937. And this was a situation, you can research it more, but I think it was in Hungary. Prices went up as this was a new plant that was uniquely looked unique, so people had a love appeal to it. It was nice to look at, nice to have, and this also was occurring as their currency was going through hyperinflation, one of many historical ones that ended up with gold and silver prevailing. Prices were almost nothing up to like 200, and then they just crashed to nothing again. And within Bitcoin, when I look at where it could go up and then crash at some point, you would have to think that this has extreme upside room, as I was noting the previous high of 1100 and a low of like 170 or something. This is more long. I'm not showing all the data. That's like a 7x gain from the last low to high. So saying that this thing can't go to 5, 6, 7, 10,000, well, sure it can. Why not? And if you're playing this game, for me, if say you buy here, or even if you buy here, you're buying at 920, and then the thing goes up to 5,000, and you cash out, you buy some gold. How do you buy gold? You pay with Bitcoin because you have a bunch of it. The gold and silver comes to your house. It goes up to 10,000, 15,000, and then it crashes. I don't know, something in that nature. You're going to be happy you got in and you got out. And even for me, if you make a wager to something you can afford to lose, then you look at it as in, oh, I just went to the poker room, I played $1,000 tournament, I got a bad beat, I lost, or I just I had some fun, I was unlucky, and so be it. And then if you can have that type of attitude mentally, I think it works very, very well. Anyway, thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.